going to this chit chat. I just wanted to do a real quick chit chat because while I was cooking breakfast, my when I play a video, if I'm watching something or listening to something, they continuously play. And there was a reader that went on. I think I'm subscribed to her channel. I don't remember because sometimes I go to the readings and sometimes I don't. I prefer to watch other things, but sometimes a reading will come up or I'll see a title that's interesting and I'll listen to it. And this one just came up while I was cooking. And I don't catch the whole thing because I'm moving, I'm doing stuff around. But when I came back in, I heard her talking about homelessness. And that, people may be calling you a bum or you're calling some, it's vice versa type thing, right? And then so that caught my ear and I started listening. And, she said some good stuff. Nothing wrong with the reading. It was okay. She's all right. The lady's all right. I think her name is Linda Likes Tarot. She's all right. She's good, entertaining, She swears a lot, but it's okay. It's okay. Anyways, and I heard her saying that, if you're homeless or even if you have a car, you can go get assistance. And she's right. You can. And I've spoke about this a lot of times on the channel, that you can go to many places that will help you out. But I did want to add that, say you are out here and you're camping around or whatever, and you see somebody that they don't have much, but they're doing it, and they're out here. Some people, that person that you might be judging, they might be out here because they want to be out here. Yeah. Because they love living in nature. I guess what I'm getting at is don't be judgmental of people who live out here or who are on the road, who don't look like they have fancy stuff or whatever. Don't be judgmental because they may have chosen that. I have chosen the way I live because I enjoy it. I quite enjoy it. I've been on the road for 3 years now. And this has been the most healing journey or experience I've ever had in my life. Nature is a healer. And I know that I can't be the only one out here doing this, And it's a joyful life for me. I can study. I have no drama. I don't have money problems. I don't have rent. I don't have it's great out here. So, I just wanted to add that, just because you might see someone living out here or they don't have an address, that doesn't mean that that's not what they want. I can go somewhere and rent an apartment or whatever, but why? They make you sign a lease for a year. I know I'm not going to stick around for a year, I wouldn't mind, sometimes if I could stay somewhere for 3 months and go, but they don't have that. So I just choose not to. I choose to stay in my little camper. It's not even a real camper. It's an enclosed trailer that I converted into a camper. And, it's nice. Here, I can show you guys real quick. See, this is my bed, which folds out into a twin bed. Here's the cushion that goes there. So I sleep in comfort. I have blankets. I also have my storage area here. And I keep things up here. I also keep things down here. You see? There's a doggy bed. Because, I don't want the doggies on the bed all the time. Also, I have this another little doggy bed for Brian. This is where I keep all my tarot cards because I read tarot on my other channel. I have a toilet if I need to use it, but this place has a nice bathroom area. Right now they're working on the electricity. Actually, the light just went on. It was off. That was my breakfast. I'm full. I eat fine. I bacon, eggs, squash, cheese, and hash browns. I have, all my spices, my the things I need to protect my skin from the sun, toothbrush, toothpaste, mouthwash, lotions. All my utensils are here. Usually it's empty. I have to wash. I have to wash some dishes. Underneath, I have some place for my clothing, the buddy, my dishes, even my spare tire and some towels for in case I get a flat. I kind of keep my car empty. I usually have my water in there, but there's my camping area, you know? And I mean, I live a happy, simple life out here, as this man was telling me that I just met this morning. His name was Chad. He's like, "Oh, you like to live the simple life?" Yes. And you know what? My health is even better than when I was in the Navy. Yeah. I've lost a lot of weight. I exercise every day, walking the dogs. When I have a lot of stress, though, the blood pressure can go up. But that's usually because I have drama or something in my life, which I just recently, got rid of that. And now I'm back to normal again. I just have to follow my intuition and my body on how I'm feeling around certain people, places, and things. And as long as I follow that, I'm okay. I'm studying out here. I study, I read, I listen to music. I can watch YouTube. I have Netflix. My life is good. I left like 3 years ago to do this, to go on the road. I just wanted to go for maybe like 1 year and travel the United States to see if I could find land. It's so difficult to find land, just a piece or a square somewhere. So I can just have it for when I want to stop by for a few months with my trailer, and then I can leave again. But it's so hard even to find that. So now it's like 3 years later, and I'm still on the road, and I'm still making circles. I just always have to return back to Missouri to, pay my bills, because I have bills too. I have car payment, I have bills. This camper is paid off. I was able to save up enough money to buy a new camper halfway through the journey, and I'm fine. I haven't had any problems as long as I keep the car in good shape. And the camper okay. So, I guess this is about, don't really judge people that you see out here unless you've talked to them and you see the problem, you're following your intuition and you're just like, you know what, I'm good. Because you will always figure that out, like I have. Like, I've met some people on the road who have ended up being like terrible people, But it's okay because I just separate myself from them because I have a good intuition on that and I'm able to leave in time or in good timing, But, I just wanted to say something about that because just because you see someone out here living or maybe they're tenting it up or whatever, like I met a couple and they were from Oregon. And they're just trekking along. They're tenting it wherever they go. And I see them on the Facebook. I have them for friends. And they're going to nice places and checking out cool restaurants and museums and stuff. So you really can't judge. This is just a good, cheap way to do it. A way to save money. Yeah. This is a good way to travel and save money and get to see the whole United States. And if you do that, you're going to be disappointed a little bit because you're going to see some bad things in some places. But you just keep to yourself and you do your own thing and you're okay. Keep your car good and all that stuff. Because I also met another person in that same spot where there were those campers. And that person, for sure, he's homeless. He can't leave even the area that he's in. And he's been doing that for like 10 years. That's a person that I kind of spoke to. And I was like, well, what are you doing out here? Are you working? No, I'm just, I did tell him what I could about, you can seek help and find a place of your own and whatever. I tried to pass the good word to him to try to motivate him to have a better life. But some people, they just don't want to. Some homeless people, like homeless, they just don't want to. And he brought up about that couple I met, and they're like, yeah, they're homeless. I said, wait a minute, yeah, they're homeless maybe right now, but that's by their choice. And he's like, yeah. I said, yeah, I have them as Facebook friends and I see them traveling and going to nice restaurants and museums. I'm like, they're doing this by choice to travel and to enjoy, the land or the United States. And he was like, oh, I was like, yeah, you can do that too. But, you gotta get out of what this is, because he wasn't doing good and he was not kept clean and his teeth were bad, looked like he doesn't brush, and his hands and his were dirty, and and I was just trying to tell him, like, you can have a better life. But like I said, some people, they just don't want to. He wasn't even on drugs even. He was just, because sometimes you see people, they're doing drugs and um, they become homeless and they prefer to be like that because they don't want to get the help, because if you go and get help, they give you a curfew, you got to do things, you got to go to classes. And you know what, if you're doing bad out here and you're tired of that, do that stuff, abide by the curfew, go to those classes. It will help you, to get out of whatever funk you might be in, you know what I mean? But I told him, I said, no, they're just travelers, because we have a lot of travelers out here. I've met a couple people who have actually sold all their property and all whatever, their house, whatever they have, and they bought a big old camper trailer or whatever. And, they don't want to be in that anymore, paying mortgage and all that thing, whatever. And they're out here living on the road. Yes, they got the fancy trailers and all that. I prefer not to have that because the cost of repair on those, and I don't know. I've met some people on the road who got bad deals and their camper's falling apart, and it's not good. I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to buy me a little enclosed trailer and I'm just going to build it out on the inside and I'm just going to enjoy myself that way. And I have been. It's nice. I like how it is here. So, yeah, people can get help, but don't judge everybody. Don't judge the book by its cover, because there could be someone out here that just is doing that because they enjoy living like that. Like me, I enjoy this. I'm almost afraid to go get a place because I don't want to be stuck in a contract or forced to stay somewhere. And you can't always choose your neighbors. On the road, you can just up and leave. You don't have to deal with those people ever again. So, I mean, it's different for everybody how they look at things, but never judge anybody because you don't really know. Not unless you go and speak to them. And most of the time, like me, I don't really go and speak to anybody. I just stay to myself. But I have noticed that on the journey, speaking to people, speaking to other homeless people, maybe people holding signs. I've spoke to those people too. A lot of those people holding signs, they're, addicted to something and they prefer to be out there because they make a lot of money off of panhandling, where they can at the end of the day go and do their drugs. So I don't really give to them, but I do sit down and talk to them, or try to. Some of them push me away because they don't want to hear it. It's okay, I tried, you know what I mean? But I guess that's what I wanted to talk about not judging anybody. Don't judge people. Not unless you actually speak to them and you see what's going on with them. But just by looking, don't do that. That's not nice. And, there are people out here who are just trying to be free, be in nature, because nature is the best healer. You'll feel better when you feel better. And I feel better. I feel like my life is good and I'm happy out here. I'm drug free. I become closer to Jesus and God and all that good stuff. And I've met some decent people too. And you can, like I said, you can't really judge anyone. And yes, I don't dress fancy and I don't have fancy things, but I don't need them. I'm content with what I have. So I guess that's all I wanted to talk about, in the chit chat. Um, and I don't know. I like to speak to people on here to tell them or give them motivation to have a better life and stuff. And if you can do this, this is a great way to live. Um, but I mean, if you want to get a place, I'm sure one day I'm going to be very old and I'm not going to want to lug around ice chests and anything anymore. But for right now, I'm good. I'm enjoying it and I love my life. And nature is a good healer. I've healed a lot. My health is better. My mind is better. My soul is better. So, that's all I have. That's all I wanted to talk about on here. And, if you're out here living, there's probably going to be people who say that you're a bum or say things behind your back. But you know what? Just let it roll off. Because you know what? You are living the life. If you're doing like me, you are living the American dream. And a lot of people would want to do what you're doing. And like I said, if you're out here living in nature and going from camp spot to camp spot, keep enjoying yourself, keep healing, and keep loving yourself, no matter what anyone says, because they just don't understand. There's people out there that just don't understand. And you just have to let that slide. Don't let it bother you. Don't let it make you angry. Okay? So that's all I have. I'm Mona. This was Chit Chat, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.